sound very familiar to you, I bet.
Very.
Everybody, welcome to On the Line. My name is Priestley, and I'm here with Gabriel Ado. Now, you've recently got an upping in your title. Can you please tell us your titles?
Yes. So state referee administrator. So we have a state referee committee. The U.S. soccer referee program is managed by each state. Some states have multiple committees, but Maryland has one. And the chairperson of that committee is the state referee administrator.
That, my friends, is Gabe.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing administratively, working on the committee for over 4 years now. And I started in the role of state youth referee administrator, which in essence, the state referee administrator is the chair of the committee, but also manages the adult games. The youth referee administrator manages the youth games. So I've done a lot of work with MSYSA, with Greg Smith, with Mark Cantor, with Brad Roos, because those are youth games, and I'm in charge of administering the referees for all of the youth games in Maryland.
Well, it is an incredibly important job, and we are all so appreciative for everything you do. So welcome to On the Line. And now the big question is for everybody, why should someone become a referee?
I say my number one rule all the time is have fun, and I think that's the main reason. It is a lot of fun being a referee and being involved and part of so many matches. It's exciting. There's different, obviously, quality of games, level of games, but every game really can be fun and it can be important. Cup games in particular, these kids, they're playing for a national championship. Now, there's a lot of steps to get there, but ultimately, it's a national tournament. And that is exciting for them. That has a lot on the line for them. And it's not just the players, it's the coaches and the parents. Everyone is, part and involved. And being the referee gives you an opportunity to be part of that. And it is a lot of fun. All the other bad stuff aside, it is fun being in the middle, having the whistle. And
you get a cool whistle, guys. And then, many people may not know, there's actually two positions for refs on the field.
Yes.
You get the center ref, and then you get your ARs. We'll talk all about that. But for anyone who may not be familiar, what does the soccer referee actually do?
Yeah, so it enforces the laws of the game. During the match, there's a lot of situations that come up that are subjective decisions. There's a lot of administrative functions that are pretty black and white. But ultimately, during the game, things are going to happen, and a referee with the assistant referees are all making decisions about what's fair for the game, what's fair for the players and everyone involved, and then that's when the decisions happen. And a lot of times, 50% agree and 50% disagree.
And we'll talk a lot about that because a lot of times people don't really know the rules of the beautiful game. So we're definitely going to chat about that. And one thing that's super important that we're going to reiterate through this, respect the ref. I'm a ref. I've tasted the disrespect. I'm a licensed 7, so I'm more good at AR than I am center, but I know my role, and I just know how important it is to the overall game. I mean, we're setting the tone, and we're creating a safe space for these kids to enjoy something really special.
That's right.
So, all right, explain the role for SYRA. How does it support referee development? And we're going to talk about how we develop our referees here in Maryland.
Yeah, so we have a tremendous committee with a lot of very experienced, very high-level referees. We all volunteer, and it's a team effort. I just hold the title, and I kind of lead the way, but it takes a village. It takes MSYSA's people also to help us with everything that's part of becoming a referee. We have gotten a lot of support in the last year or so, marketing to prospective referees from MSYSA, which has been super helpful. And then our role is to get them in the class, get them through the online training. We have a field session, so we get to see them. We get to teach in person. We do that outdoors. We do that indoors. We do that wherever we can. We just want to make sure that in-person field training is part of the equation. So right before their very first game, they've got a lot of instruction on some of the basic mechanics, some of the basic things so that they can go out there and either carry a flag or blow a whistle on a short-sided game. From there, We have mentors that are assigned to as many games as possible. Now, as you can imagine, the ratio of games to available mentors is extremely, extremely big. But we are providing mentors at specific events, specific tournaments. Cup games are mentored, so that's a good opportunity for young and experienced officials to come out and work and get some advice. And then there's official referee coaching, which means that they get an assessment, they get a written evaluation, and it's part of the upgrade pathway process to upgrading through the ranks of becoming a referee and taking higher levels and higher games.
How would someone consider becoming a referee for the first time?
Literally, it is either going to a website or talking to someone at a game and getting the direction of where to go online to sign up. After that, go to US Soccer. If you don't have an account, you create one, you look for the class in Maryland, and you can sign up. And it's really that simple. It becomes an issue sometimes of availability. Our classes do get full, so they may need to wait for the next one. But we are trying to have classes multiple times a month during the peak season of getting referees certified before we are in season. But even in season, we have opportunities.
I was going to say, and that's a really good problem to have, that we are filling up our classes. And thank you to everybody who's joining this team, because really, we can't do it without you. I took the class, I took the course, I was on the field as well. My children are actually referees. My son is about to take the courses as well. So this is a really awesome opportunity to stay fit, stay connected to the game, and really help grow the U.S. program.
Absolutely. And, you know, the younger referee is also interested in the economics, and maybe older experienced referees as well.
Sure.
And the pay is pretty good for what you're doing in terms of, you know, calling it labor. It's fun. It's active, like you said, right? So you're getting paid to be out there running around and, you know, staying physically fit, mentally fit, and having a good experience in the process.
And I got to tell you, you know, being a dad, a soccer dad, and watching these little ones, especially when they're out on the field, it's fun and it's cute.
Yeah.
And you said it, it's a game, and we're here to make sure it's fun.
We're doing our best. We're playing our part in the process for sure. Especially the short-sighted, younger ages that are playing soccer maybe for the first time, right?
Yep.
It's a great opportunity to be part of that.
It's a beautiful thing. So what does the referee development path look like here in Maryland? We're going from like grassroots, you know, from those youth games, but then we're going to like these much more top-tier events, State Cup, President's Cup, Regionals, Nationals. How does that work?
There's a lot of opportunity today. One of the great things about the growth of the game over the last decade or so is the competitions, the tournaments, the leagues. Everything has exploded. Everything is greater. There's more games. There's more fields even because there's more clubs and teams, and that was a major requirement. And the pathway is you most likely are going to be starting on short-sided games, so the younger age groups, and then going to a full-side 11v11. And those are league games, typically all of the leagues in the area. I don't want to call out any specifically, but there's a few leagues out there. And then there are tournaments, and those tournaments are great opportunities for mentoring, because there are going to be mentors at a lot of the tournaments. Now, the different leagues that have come up have their own schedules, their own championships. They participate in different geographies. So as referees start to advance in their pathway towards, we don't call it grassroots anymore, but I thought it was a great way to define the entry-level referee. But then there's regional, national, professional, and FIFA.
Wow. Okay.
So those are that's the pathway.
Yep.
And the opportunities for grassroots and maybe what we call advanced, so it's those folks that are looking to move up to regional, they can start looking at those bigger tournaments. There's, you know, State Cup, President's Cup, those are opportunities. And then we look at how folks are doing, and they apply to go to regionals. From there, they could go to nationals. So they get visibility from national coaches at those events, and then that's opportunity for them to get seen at the national level, which is really, really important for their development and their progress through the pathway.
And then if you make it into the FIFA realm, that's where you could be a World Cup ref one day?
That's right. We've got a couple from Maryland, so that's really exciting. Yeah.
Do you know names? Can we shout them out?
Yeah, sure. So Corey Parker was at the last FIFA World Cup.
Amazing.
He also refereed 2 years ago before the World Cup, maybe 3 years ago now, the U12 boys final.
Wow.
For the State Cup, Maryland
Shout
State
out
Cup.
Corey Parker.
Not only is he doing youth games, but then he was down the road and on the other side of the world doing World Cup games in
That's
Qatar.
amazing. So there's a chance coming next year he could be reffing the World Cup here in America.
A very good possibility.
Wow.
Very likely possibility.
Will you be involved in doing any kind of...
Unfortunately, other than being a spectator and driving up to Philly or going to a location where my Uruguay team is playing, other than that, that'll be it. Just spectating.
Ah, well, how cool would it be to be whipping a flag at the World Cup?
Intense.
You got to start somewhere, though, friends. And for those who do want to start, how can we get them? Where's a good place to find it online, to sign up?
Absolutely. So either U.S. Soccer or the MSYSA website, Maryland referees also will direct you all to the right places, to the Learning Center, to be able to sign up, set up an account, and you'll be able to sign up for a class.
That's awesome. I highly suggest doing it. It is a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. There are parents out there who kind of make our lives rough, but
they're passionate.
I like how you said they're passionate, and we like to chuckle about it amongst ourselves on this side.
Where it crosses the line is where it gets personal, and that's what I always try to say when I'm walking the sidelines and there's parents that are being passionate, which is great. It's a passionate game, and we do encourage passion from everyone involved.
Respectful passion.
Right. As long as it's not personal, then it doesn't cross the line usually. So that's what I try to remind parents and spectators when I'm on the sideline. But I think, that's an area that we could use a lot of help with. And it really starts with the coaches. Coaches have a tremendous amount of influence over their team.
So agreed.
Players, parents, everyone involved within the club. The coach directs, right? So I can often tell how a match is going to go from a passion perspective when a coach is the way he's behaving, right? Or she's behaving.
The way they're leading their team.
The way they're leading, I can always draw a pretty good conclusion about how it's going to go.
Interesting. I mean, I've been on a lot of fields. I've been guilty, I'll admit it, at times the passion does flow strong in soccer.
One of the hardest qualities of a referee is being able to be in a high blood pressure environment or situation and have the skill to de-escalate and settle things down, because we're all humans, right? So as someone's temperature is rising, it's only natural that the other side also rises. But that's one of the hardest skills that we try to get better at every single game that we're out there is how can we be stewards of de-escalation? What are the words? What are the tools that we can use? And you need to try different things. And by the way, there's not one thing that works in every situation.
Absolutely.
So we're always trying to fine-tune that skill of people management, skills that help de-escalate and defuse situations.
Well, every team I've seen out there has been fantastic. And thank you for you and your crew. Is there anybody in particular who's really just shown this season that deserves, like, a little shout out, great job out there to our refs making the climb?
Yeah, so I will say that one of the best things that we have in Maryland Cups and with Brad's support at MSYSA is we want to encourage younger referees to join the season and participate. We give them opportunities to carry a flag. We give them opportunities to blow the whistle. And oftentimes we have, like we do this year, we have a lot of first-year referees that are working finals. We have at least one off the top of my head that is a first-year referee that's blowing the whistle at a final. We have that same referee is actually going to regionals.
Nice.
So the fact that we were able to see them, we were able to have a big group of them work during the season, we can have opportunities to mentor and see how they take coaching, see how they develop from game to game, and then give them a reward that, hey, we don't have a ton of games, right? There's only so many age groups and so many whistles to assign. True. But we do try to hand out some to younger referees. So I don't want to highlight anyone specifically from the younger group, but we've got close to a dozen that are participating in finals. We have a few that are, like I said, working in the middle. But I will shout out one name because it's a lot of fun. So our referee of the year this year is a dear referee friend of mine personally, but he's got a big following. He's got a big group and had the biggest showing at the announcement when they gave the award of referee of the year, and that's Carlos Gomez.
Carlos!
So, a big shout out to Carlos because Carlos is a regional referee, but he does all kinds of games. He'll do small-sided, he'll do youth, he'll do state cup, he'll do college, he'll do adults. He doesn't care. He just likes to have fun, and he's always out there.
Love that.
He's got a great character. And by the way, he continues to be able to get certified as a regional and pass those tests, those fitness tests, those evaluations. And he's older. He's a senior citizen officially. But he is
Respect.
absolutely someone that you really respect,
Yes.
because he continues to do it. The mental part, obviously, but also the physical part. And he does it across the board. So I was super proud that he got the award and the honor this year.
Congratulations,
and,
Carlos.
We had 2 tables this year for the first time at the event.
That's
So we had
huge.
more referees than ever attend the event to honor him. So that was fun and exciting.
When was that?
It was just about a month ago.
All right. Well, then I'm going to be at the next one. I want to be there to celebrate you guys.
We'll
and
get you a
ladies.
seat for
You
sure.
deserve it 100%. Before I let you go, brother, one of the things I'd like to utilize you and your expertise in your profession is explaining the rules, because I'm going to have Gabriel back here. But can we tell people it's not offsides?
That's correct.
I can't stand when ref, he's offsides. It's not offsides. He's offside, or she's offside.
Offside. That's right. Least of our worries, though, Priestley.
Fair. But it's the little things as a parent, as a player, as a former coach and ref. I want to educate our parents out there in particular, because they're the ones who need it. I love you. But
Offside.
Offside, exactly. And it's very subjective, and we will get into the nitty-gritty of all that stuff on the line.
I will tell you about offside, one little note.
Sure.
So it's when the ball is kicked, which oftentimes parents in particular are not looking at the second to last defender where that attacker is when the ball's kicked. They're looking at the ball.
Correct.
They're not looking at the defender. So oftentimes their view is skewed by a moment, maybe a second, maybe more.
It's true.
And their perception of was it an offense or not is generally skewed because of that. That's why we have an assistant referee whose primary responsibility is watching that line, so he knows or she knows that when the ball is kicked, where is that attacker?
Exactly, and I often tell parents, listen for the kick and see where you're.
They're watching the ball.
Absolutely.
They're doing what they should be doing.
They're being a spectator.
They're being a spectator. Right?
And we love to be passionate spectators.
So you're having me back to talk about rules?
You know this.
I'll be back anytime, Priestley.
The best. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Ado, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
I
and
appreciate
your
you,
squad
brother.
as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That was awesome again, Gabriel. You the man. Thank you. Now, join me as we head out to SoccerPlex for the President Cup and the State Cup Finals. On the line is On the Fields. I'm Priestley with my first interview of the On the Line podcast, Director of Cups, Brad Roos. How are you?
Priestley, man, I'm glad you and I are here at the epicenter.
This is
the
it!
epicenter of youth soccer in Maryland.
We are so excited. The energy is palpable. President's Cup yesterday was wonderful. Real quick before we get into today's events, tell us about yesterday.
Man, yesterday was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it was.
We had 4 games that went to penalty kicks.
It was amazing.
We had another game that went to overtime, and then 4 more were 1-goal games. I mean, it was off the chart. The only thing was, man, the weather. We had 2 hour-and-a-half delays.
Yes.
But we got all the games in.
We did it.
People were great. It was awesome.
Where the players were like, we had a 3-hour match. I was like, and you did it. It was unbelievable. And today, the weather's playing nice. A little breeze in the air, which is great. And we've got State Cup Finals. So what's the deal today?
So look, everything's on the line.
You know
The
it.
teams that win today, they go to the NCS regional
Huge.
tournament in Loudon for a chance to go to Orlando. Orlando for the national championships. So everything is on the line. We got teams playing in the stadium. They are pumped. There's a lot of teams that have never, ever had a chance to play in the stadium. Here they are.
This is
right?
incredible. And then there's something real special you were saying.
We have the Super Copa of Super Copas.
Super Copa!
Never happened before. We have the 18U and the 19U state winners from yesterday. They play today for the regional berth. 2:30 in the stadium, Bethesda versus Coppermine. It is blowing everybody's mind.
It's an epic day here at SoccerPlex. Director of Cups, Brad Roos, so excited to be here with you. We'll have you back in studio. We'll recap it all later.
Let's go get them.
Let's do it! On the line, on the fields, and we are here with a player, Gabriel. What's your club? Who you play for here?
I play for St. Mary's 2007 Girls Premier.
Now, you guys were just a President's Cup, correct?
Yes, we were.
All right, made it to the finals. How did it go?
Wasn't our day,
Okay.
but we fought to the very end. It was tight 1-0. Coppermine played a good game. We just couldn't finish at the end. So.
It's okay. That happens, and we're proud of you for trying and being here, and we're going to get you back next year.
Yes.
And on to bigger and better. But Gabriel was not just playing today. You're also a referee. Tell me about this. I heard not just a ref, but a center ref.
Yes.
Okay.
Yesterday, I attended the finals meeting down at the Doubletree Hotel. This is actually my second year doing State Cup and President's Cup finals. So, talked to Gabriel, amazing guy,
He is.
number one.
Yes.
My goat.
Shout out Gabriel.
Shout out Gabriel. He's my goat.
Nice.
Been supporting me since day one. Yeah, it's just been a journey. Last year, I was new to it. I've been reffing since I was 13. This is my 4th year reffing. So, did a lot of local stuff, but then moved up and got promoted, got to State Cup, President's Cup, did that, attended the meeting, got my assignment, 8:30, I was out here in the morning doing that, went back to the hotel, changed, had to come back out onto the field. So.
You're a champion, Gabriel. Let me ask you, for people who want to get involved in reffing, maybe some younger guys, younger girls out there, what's your suggestion?
Just do it. You know, Nike. Shout out Nike at that point. Just do it. It's truly a fun game. And if you get to play it and embrace that love and passion, then you should also enjoy it from the opposite end of the field. Because you complain about the refs.
Yes.
But it's truly not. It's a difficult job because you're trying to locate everyone, 22 players on the field. So it is a challenging job, but it's really fun to do. So I just do it, try it. If you don't like it, continue playing. If you do like it, referee is also another path for a job. I've been reffing since I was 13, saving up money for college, saving up money for a car. I mean, it's helped me.
You're amazing. Mom is proud of you.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. And thank you for being on the line.
Thank you.
On the line, on the fields, and here we are with a referee. Angela, welcome. Tell me, what's your background and your level of reffing?
So I've been refereeing for 4 years now. I started with intramurals in college, and then when I came back here, I got certified, and I'm a regional referee in Maryland. So I've been a regional for 2 years now.
Congratulations, and thank you for what you do. We appreciate you. It's a hard job out there, but it's a worthy job. And here you are, State Cup, and we're reffing. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's always an honor. I mean, these are the most important youth games in the state. Maryland really emphasizes that, and to be selected for a final is an honor. It's recognition of your hard work and your quality of decisions throughout the whole competition. And I think one thing I really want everyone to know is that the referees, especially on the final, we don't just show up to the field and referee the match. It takes a lot of hard work, reviewing with mentors, referee coaches, watching our game film. So we do put a lot of effort into it, so it really does feel good when we get honored with a final.
Well, we're honored to have such great refs here to cover the President's Cup, the State's Cup. Has there ever been any wild moments you could share with us?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even just 2 weeks ago in the semifinal, I did a crazy game. One team was down 2-0. They came back and tied it 2-2. And then the team that was up 2-0 originally won it with the last kick of the ball in stoppage time to go to the final. So it's just games like that are really why you do it. A lot of referees, you know, become a referee to stay involved in the game when their playing career is over. So, yeah, that game was great, and that's just one of the many moments of magic in the Cups.
It is the beautiful game. We love the magic. And let's talk about the inspiration of when you're done playing, or maybe even you want to play and be a ref. How can we get friends involved?
Yeah, I absolutely suggest it to anyone who maybe feels like their playing career might be coming to an end and you want to stay involved in the game. It's the perfect way to do so. Also, it keeps you fit, it keeps you involved, but really it shouldn't be too much of a challenge to get involved. Just ask any referee that you see on the field, and hopefully they can help you, or go to the MSYSA website, and there's a whole page there about referees and how to get involved.
He is the man right here. Angelo, have a great game today, and thank you for your time, and welcome to On the Line.
Thanks, Paisley.
On the line, back on the pitch, and my name is Priestley with Coach Kerry, your team you're representing.
U14 Maryland Rush Missouri.
Awesome. And Coach Kerry is a 7-time winning champion. It's an honor to have you with us. You were up there giving out the medals. You talked about obstacles you overcame.
Yeah.
What happened?
So we have one of our players has been battling cancer. First it was leukemia, and then it transitioned into bone cancer. So she's up at CHOP in Philly, but we wear these wristbands that say Leanna Strong, number 15, does not fight alone.
We're fighting with you, Leanna.
So that's been like an emotional thing for the girls. Our starting goalkeeper was hospitalized this week for 4 days. She wasn't able to play today. So our goalkeeper that just joined the team stepped up. There's been, I personally had a death in the family this week. There's just been a lot, it's life, right? All the things that happen in life. And the girls were incredibly resilient. I'm just incredibly proud of them.
We were watching. It was an intense match. What did you do to maintain their focus through all of this?
I think because we've been here before, I think they play at a high level. They play in high level top brackets of tournaments. I think they understand that when it's not going your way, you still find a way to win.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be pretty, but together, and what I spoke about was at halftime, I was not nice to them. I wasn't warm and fuzzy.
It's okay.
But they trust me enough because of the sense of community and relationships that we have, they trust me enough to know that what I'm saying to them, I still love them, and I still believe in them.
Absolutely.
We just have to find another way to win.
Motivation, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
Well, 7-time champion. How does it feel to be a state cup champ again?
I love this tournament. It's always, you have to win, and you have to rise up, and you have to, it's awesome. We love it.
All right, well, off to Loudon next, and then to Orlando.
Let's go, hopefully.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much, and you deserve this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
On the line is on the fields. Coach Kerry, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm so excited to be on the fields. Here we are. It's President's Cup, and you guys were the champions, right, Coach Brandon?
Yes, sir, we were.
All right, we're representing SAC. We got it here. So tell me, what did it feel like when the whistle blew and you were the official champions?
Relief, absolutely. My heart was just beating extremely fast the entire time. Once that whistle blew and we knew that we finally sealed it, it was a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Now, I hear it was PKs. Is this true?
That is correct. And a huge moment for one of my players, Sloan, who, God bless her, hasn't played goalkeeper before, but had 2 huge saves just to solidify our opportunity to win this tournament.
Sounds like some epic gameplay here on the fields at SoccerPlex. So just lastly, how does it feel to be a President's Cup champion, Coach Brandon?
Stellar and phenomenal to be able to be champions.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to hearing what happens at the regionals, and go bring us home some more trophies.
Absolutely, will do. Thank you.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win.
On the line, we're on the fields. Actually, right now we're on the championship stage with my girl Story. So, team here is Coppermine. What year?
07, 08.
And we just won.
The state championship.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm super excited. We had 2 rain delays, so I'm super excited that we finished strong and we held down the fort with a 1-0 win. So
That's a tight match.
it was nerve-wracking.
How do you handle it with rain delays like this, and you got to stay focused and you got to stay loose? What do you do?
I'd say the hardest part was really keeping energy up. So I think that's the most important part. We got to keep our energy up. So if our energy stays good coming on the field for the 3rd time, I think that we have it. But you just got to make sure you stay composed and not nervous when you're playing for the 3rd hour.
Unbelievable. The game that never ended,
Yeah.
1-0, and here you are, champion for the state. How does that feel?
It feels awesome. I'm so glad. I love these girls. So it's just so fun to win with them.
Alrighty, so what would be the championship celebration song for this team?
Honestly, that is such a hard question. I wish I thought about that. I don't know. Honestly, Katy Perry fight song.
Yes!
Yeah,
There
you know
you go.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Fight song. You got it. You heard it. Story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On to the next level. Bring us back more medal.
I will. Thank you.
Live from the State Cup Finals, I'm here with my guy, Zay. Zay, SAC, what year?
2010.
I love it. Now, you guys just won State Cup Finals. How you feeling?
Excited.
Like a champion, man.
Yeah.
And I heard yesterday you hit a hat trick.
I did.
All right, tell me, how did that come about?
It was last 15 minutes of our last NEL game, and Coach decided to put me as left striker, and I just hit 3 in.
In 15 minutes, a hat trick. All-star status, my friend. So now off to Loudoun. Tell me, what do you think the mindset of the team is going to be as we take on the regionals?
Just stay focused, play our game, and try to score goals.
I like that, man. Well, all the luck to you. Go down there and crush it. And then to Orlando for the big one.
Yeah.
Bring us home some medal. Make Maryland proud. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy Zay of SAC on the field is on the line. That's a wrap on episode 2. Huge shout out to my buddy Gabriel Ado. We appreciate you and all your insights into the world of reffing. And if you're interested in reffing, join us. Check out the website, and I hope to see you on the fields. And speaking of being out there, it was a blast hanging for the President's Cup and the State Cup. We're going to follow our leaders with their progression in the national tournament, and we'll keep you posted right here on OTL. And a confession. I couldn't help but notice. I need a haircut, don't I? Clean cut on the next OTL. Later.